Another one. Let's talk about Juneteenth. Let's talk about Juneteenth. Let me get started in my history log. Nose is all blotchy up. This out the way. Yeah, put this on play for a minute. Pause it right quick. But yeah, it's like an old video I did, and I think I did a response on it on the stream when it was on Juneteenth on that weekend. So it's just normally it's like a response, like, we ain't gonna play it all the way. Y'all get the gist of it. And when I first heard of it, they try to make it a federal holiday and then people observe it. They observe it, they observe the day. I'm gonna share the screen with y'all now. I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's an old stream when I was on the other service, and yes, you see the dark statue, of course. I said Negro Teeth is the best, or is it just foolishness? And then, talking about the day, and it was Saturday, but they made it a national holiday. And this is old. I'm just gonna skim right through it. I know y'all know, and it has the freedom and this is what it was already pushing back then. Oh yeah, y'all see the people that was my mods at the time, but it's a little different. So then that's Juneteenth. Now you see all the presentation of, we ain't gonna go watch the video, but I explain. But that's what they was pushing then. It was like 2 years ago. Times has changed, but let's look at this stuff. We got pictures of some Juneteenth. Um, let's look at it for a moment, and we're gonna talk about it. Juneteenth. Let's just look at it. About Juneteenth overview images. And that's what they got. But we'll sell the rest of the foolishness or just foolishness. But and they were still doing this back then. So I'm gonna let y'all hear it.
And all that stuff, and then, or auditor. But the first year, I think President Walker, I think the next year they told the people to just take down that statue, and that's when they started doing it. They were the first school that I believe did that in the South. I believe. I don't know if that's true or not, but
I was talking about MTSU at the time, so I don't let y'all hear that madness. But it's really, I was on my shit. Everybody was on it, or it's just foolishness. This is before I even had proper settings and things like that. And then, and I talked about the rest of this as well. So you already know. So that's it. We go where we go. So I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I'll take this off. And let me see what's going on here. But Juneteenth it's like one of those interesting months. A little big, little cutthroats. Uh, little cutthroats need to calm down. Everybody wants to talk about this other stuff, but we're not gonna get into it. But all right, Juneteenth. Let's look at the pictures for a moment. So as you can tell, we're gonna bolster it up a little bit. But that's what they got. This is what they talk about Juneteenth. I found this amazing. They made this a federal holiday. Let's explain what this is. I know people, how people get caught up in it. And look, they got the flag. They got this flag. It's very interesting. I thought this is very interesting. 1865 flag. Interesting. Some Roman regalia, I tell you, bro. But You live in a country based off that dominance, I say. Honoring Juneteenth, 1619, y'all know the works. It's just real sad, but people still believe, but it's a federal holiday, for so-called us, but they always gonna promote our women. They're not gonna promote the men or anything. They always say they do, but they don't. This is really designed for them. I don't know if Juneteenth represents as a collective people. They always big up the woman, and I never understood that. And I think that's because that's what you got. You got some men celebrate it, but it ain't enough. It's actually for both, really. But but the women is mostly celebrating in this. It's the only month they celebrate. They call it Juneteenth, and after that, what happens to Juneteenth? Not much. You know what I'm saying? But they got all the symbols, but it ain't that much. But when I found this flag intriguing, I was like, ooh. And then I showed y'all this, the red, white, and blue. Now this is when they take it too far right here with the American. I understand the color, but they support that America. Wow. But it is. I ain't saying it's just foolishness. I just asked a simple question when I did that stream. That was like years ago. That was like 2 years ago. But I'll never do it again. I'll come something different. And it became a national holiday. It became a national holiday according to 2 years ago. I found that very interesting on Juneteenth. But you see these pictures, you see everything else, you just get caught up on it in the moment, and it's not going to be something to be admired. But you gotta understand that's the stuff that you're going to see all the time, right? But then again, you gotta look at it from that angle. You know, I just don't understand that why people get caught up on that and just expect people to just. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. But then again, you see you see the big picture. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. Like when you have this holiday like this, they really promote women. I don't know if it's a feminism thing. I don't know what it is, but I really don't see no male supporting it. It's actually kind of violent. And I think they did this on purpose to see where the men stood at. But it's just but that's a holiday people would cherish. I think it's just for us as a collective, they would say. But in reality, it's just like they always promote women. I don't really acknowledge the day. I understand it, but they made it a federal national holiday. It's kind of like one of those days like King. So this is just my interpretation of Juneteenth, my response to it, and the pictures. But in reality, Juneteenth is like you expected it, but you know what you're gonna get into on Juneteenth, right? So once again, that's just something to show y'all. But basically, I'm just looking at it like this. Well, since it's a national holiday, and I know today is Juneteenth, that's just my slice of it. If y'all interested in it, but in reality, it's just like they promote women. I just look at these things. I just glance and look. You know what I mean? But I don't really see the point of making it a federal holiday. But it made sense for one. I'm just gonna read off something for y'all about Juneteenth. I'm just looking at it like as a whole. Let's talk about Juneteenth. Let's see. They got Labor Day, Martin Luther King, Independence, Juneteenth. They said, why is it a holiday? NBC's Universal Juneteenth became a federal holiday on 2021. Like I said 2 years ago, what you need to know about this important holiday, Americans will soon celebrate Juneteenth, making the day that the last enslaved people in the United States learned they were free. That's what they did it for, right? That's what they claim. Why is Juneteenth a black holiday? The origins of Juneteenth dates back to June 19th, 1865, when Maji and Jen Gordon Granger, United States Army officer and Union general during the Civil War, issued the order in Galveston, Texas, announcing that all slaves were free under the Emancipation Proclamation Act. That's what they say, right? The history behind Juneteenth. Our banks close on Juneteenth. June 19th is Juneteenth National Independence Day, and banks are generally closed on this day. They're closed on Juneteenth. Interesting. Will mail be delivered on Juneteenth? Post office will be closed on Monday, which means mail and packages won't be delivered by United States Post Office Service. Packages from the other delivery service could be still expected. So yeah, it's a national holiday, man. Talk about Texas and everything else, and I just read that off to you. Like I said, I had to come out with no reading, but it's basically, it's official. They've been doing this for like 2 years, and I was the first one to talk about it, and I thought, is it foolishness or we just want another day to be recognized by the descendants of Esau, of course, and everybody else. But do we understand that? Because this is a big picture right now. The big picture is they making it standard to shut up all people, in the enslavement. Should I say chattel slavery? But then again, it's just another day. I don't know why, but it was right after Father's Day, so which was yesterday. I find it very intriguing why people just don't really care anymore. Yeah. All right. So with that, until next time, I'm signing off. Yes, it's Juneteenth. Shalom to the people of Israel. Get to the righteous of the truth. Pray to the east, of course. Until next time, and I'll be back next month, in case y'all know. So with that, I'm signing off, and I'm out.